PlayStation Drive is starting. While you wait, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon on YouTube to be notified of future goodness. If you enjoy our show, we'd love it if you gave us a 5-star review or rating on your podcast service of choice. To continue the conversation, join the Carpool Gaming Discord, where you can find a wholesome community to have a chit-chat with. For some exclusive content, you can also support us on Patreon. And finally, don't forget to check out the Carpool Gaming website for an awesome range of merch. Links to all that and more are in the show notes, but without further ado, let's get revved up for the PlayStation Drive. Whoa!
What's up, everybody? Welcome on in. This is the PlayStation Drive, episode 169. Nice. This is the nicest episode of the PlayStation Drive ever. I'm one of your hosts, Ryan, and I am joined, as always, by Fulia, Matt, and Ron. How's everyone doing this lovely, lovely Chunday evening or Chunday morning, if you're Fulia?
Monday.
Which
It's
day is
still cold.
It's Chunday.
Monday.
It's Chunday
Monday.
today.
Sunday?
Is it? Which day?
It's
Fun day.
Sunday. It's Sunday.
Look,
Sunday.
It's
Monday.
fine.
Monday for koala.
Sure. How's everyone doing? How's
Doing well,
everyone's
doing
weekend
well.
go? Yeah.
Yeah, not bad. Could be better.
Doing well.
Yeah. I feel like the weather is pretty good today, Matt. 20 degrees outside, nice and cloudy, fun day outside.
No, I'm done with it, Ryan. I just want my hoodies, my scarf, my boots. Like, I'm done with it. I can't. No, I want to turn off the AC. Want the heat on. Want to, enjoy a nice cup of tea. Not be outside sweating it up in almost October, Ryan. It ain't right. It ain't right.
Yeah.
It's 16 degrees here. Come here.
See, now we're
Yeah,
starting
that'd be better.
We're starting to get into the territory where Fulia and ours weather kind of like inverts with each other, where it's about to get hot there and it's about to get really cold here, and I can't wait.
Please,
I can't wait for winter.
bring it on. Yes, Ryan. You know what's up.
It is also the last day of September for me, so...
Plus, you can also tell, fall's here because we've got the Starbucks just throwing out their signs on the street for pumpkin spice everything. That's how you know that it's truly fall.
I'll be trying that out soon.
You will be, yes, in a month away.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
Never had it before? You've never had it before? Never?
I mean, they have. I don't think. Like, here's the thing. Like, our autumn time is like earlier in the year, and that's when pumpkin is in season. But I don't know. It's not really that big. It's not really that big here, to be honest. So,
Well, I mean, Fulia, I'm gonna just let you know a little secret. Pumpkin spice stuff isn't actually made from pumpkins.
no.
I was going to say.
Sorry
Sorry to burst your bubble.
It's essentially the spice you would use for your pumpkin if you're going to eat pumpkin, but it's not necessarily made from pumpkin.
Oh, it's the spice used for the pumpkin. Right. Right.
Yes.
That's why pumpkin spice. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. But yeah, it's still not really that big here, to be honest. So, yeah.
I think I blew Shocker.
Yeah.
He's just
Wait, what?
Sorry,
what?
friends.
In the chat.
Yep.
Mind blown.
Yep.
Sorry.
That is actually the hard truth, Sean Capri, about pumpkin spice. Is it's not actually made from pumpkins. It tastes.
Yeah,
it kind of has that pumpkin-y taste to it, but it is not, in fact, pumpkin.
Yeah.
Good God. Anyways, this is the PlayStation Drive. We talk about PlayStation all the time, except for when there's a knock at the door, because I hear it over there. I hear that must be housekeeping over there at the door. Because we got, of course,
Come
new patrons over at patreon.com/carpoolgaming, starting with Toxic, who's now back at the gold member tier. So shout out to Toxic for returning to the gold member tier. We got Hot Gamer Boy Summer, who was on the free trial last week, now officially a paid member on the ad-free tier. So shout out to Hot Gamer Boy Summer. And TheDonRob, who's in at the gold tier as well. Shout out to all of our new patrons over at patreon.com/carpoolgaming, as well as all of our current patrons as well. We love you all very much, of course. All of your support means a lot to us, and it definitely helps fuel this carpool. So if you're interested in checking out Patreon, we've got some cool stuff heading up to Patreon this week. Of course, Amanda's Pence episode is coming up next. And then we've got a new campfire episode with a certain someone from this panel over there. Fulia,
Dave Chappelle hater. Dave Chappelle
Oh,
hater.
shut up, will
Oh,
you?
calling it out already.
Yeah.
Wow.
All
Yeah.
right. I'm not a big fan. Okay, his comedy is not my taste personally. All right.
Wow.
Everyone's, like I said on the podcast, everyone has their taste in comedy, and it's always going to be different. So, and that's why
He's one of the
that's me.
goats. He's one of the
Chappelle
goats.
Show is a
you,
classic.
maybe.
It's a classic.
That's totally fine.
Chappelle Show is a classic. It is.
I'm not
is.
yucking your yum, but I just have a different opinion.
Yeah.
In my stand-up.
Cold-blooded.
No, not at all.
I'm starting to feel like the Chappelle Show is the Trails of series of the past, where those people there's a certain niche that like it, but it's not for everyone, and that's
A
okay.
niche?
That's okay.
Not for the Chappelle Show.
Chappelle Show's not a niche. No.
Yeah,
That's
it's a niche.
pretty. Yeah.
It really isn't. Yeah, Pat knows what's up.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Pat.
Of course, we also have to mention we are currently in the month of September. In fact, this will be the last podcast in the month of September. We have something cool planned for tomorrow, but we are not. We are still in the month of September, so we want to give a shout out to all of our gift subbers who have supported us during the month of September with at least 5+ gubs, starting with Tim Paullin, top on the leaderboard at 15, Ginsu 3000 with 10, BobLoblaw with 10, Tony Baker with 5, Yon32 with 5, Rizzle2929 with 5, Mitchell Power with 5, Bowser at 5, and Sean Capri, the Pants Man himself, with 5 as well. Not only that, but we have a hype train kind of currently building in the process of this podcast as well.
Oh, wow.
That's happening because I don't know if you knew this, but Sean Capri TV has been subscribed for 13 months, and Bowser 13 also resubscribed. These both happened 6 minutes ago. So shout out to Sean and Bowser for supporting us over on Twitch. Of course, also want to give a special shout out to everyone who supported us on Twitch over the course of the month of September. Y'all don't know how much this means to us. First of all, we smashed through our 100+ subscriber goal that we had set out at the beginning of the month. And all of our September funds are going towards our Extra Life efforts. So y'all are really helping us with Extra Life, helping us bring you the best Extra Life possible this year. And it's only a month away, folks. At this point, we're looking at the calendar. It's right there. We're just over a month away from Extra Life in Rome, New York. We should have a lot of details coming very soon about that. So shout out to everyone, of course, for your support this September over on Twitch. But now, friends, let's grab our 8 tracks, pop them in. It's time for the playlist. Time to talk about the games we played this week. Starting us off, Ron, what'd you play, man?
Trails Through Daybreak finally finished up Chapter 4. So I thought we were going to move right to Chapter 5, but there's an intermission episode. So I'm going to start that. Daughter came over yesterday, so I didn't want to spoil anything for her because I'm ahead of her. So I ended up starting The Wreck. It was good. The story was. The mechanics working through the story, not that great. But the story was really good. It hurts it a little bit with the mechanics, but it had a nice little twist that I did not see coming in the end. So that was pretty cool. But like I said, overall, I would recommend it. It's a good game. It's a good game. Just like I said, the mechanics slow it down a little bit.
Yeah.
What kind of game is this? Is this like a puzzle kind
It's
of?
a visual novel.
Game,
it's a visual novel.
Narrative. Yeah.
Yeah, a lady sits there and gets into an accident. She kind of has memory issues from it, but as the story goes on, you will keep revisiting the accident, and more pieces get added up. And like I said, there's a nice little twist to it. But like I said, I recommend it. It's good.
Okay, nice. I mean, you liked it enough to get the platinum. That's the main thing.
I did get the platinum for it.
So once again, allow me to continue to return your crown to your head, Ron, as the
Koala still has time. Koala still has time.
No.
No, there's only 2 months left in the year, Ron. I think you.
Koala still has time. She still has time. I'm gonna be on Daybreak for at least another month.
Fuya, to catch up, I'm bringing my copy of Hannah Montana the movie on PlayStation 3 with me to Extra Life.
See?
You can get an extra platinum to catch up to Ron.
There you go. Like. There you go.
We will have time. It only
how
takes
many
2 hours
platinums you got right now?
As of last time that I mentioned that I had a platinum, it hasn't changed.
I can't remember.
And I don't remember.
Oh.
And it's less than you, for sure.
Oh, well, I got 17 now.
Yeah, I haven't even broken 10 yet. So
Okay. But you can do that. Ryan
No,
got your
it's
back.
not gonna
Extra
happen.
life. Extra life. He can make it happen.
not gonna happen.
You got 25 hours. You can do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Play the Mayo games. Play the Pet Beavers.
Oh,
the,
easily.
Avatar: The
Yes.
Last Airbender on PS3.
Pet the beaver.
the
Yes,
stroke your
yes.
beard and all that other stuff. You can do it.
Yes, I'll help you. I'll help you. You can look at my trophy list.
No.
Just copy my homework. That's
I
it.
feel like it's
Yep.
better. There's a better way to go about this, where we could a more honorable way, which is if we bring the PS3 and we have the PS5 there, and we get like really short games, like visual novels and stuff, that you can finish quickly, but
go,
are
Paullin.
not necessarily designed to give you easy platinums. They just happen to be short games. Because I feel like that's the strategy to actually catching up to Ron while still having a little bit of dignity.
That's
Yeah.
the thing, right? Though I've been playing a lot of short games on the PlayStation, and a lot of them don't have platinum. They just have gold trophies.
Yeah.
See, that means they're too short. You gotta.
That's, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
But you got time.
Forget those games.
Like I said, I'll be on Daybreak for a while. Ease 10 will be out by the time I'm done with Daybreak. I'm probably not getting the platinum again this year. Maybe.
Okay. Nice. I mean, Riley King, once again, just not stopping with the Pepsi Man train. First of all, mentions the Pepsi Man Platinum and then asks, when are we getting the Pepsi
Never
Man
happening.
remake / remaster?
No.
It's right around the
Never.
corner, Riley. I mean, it's impossible
So
not
close.
to get
So
any
close.
more Pepsi Man. You know?
Please stop.
Exactly, Matt.
I mean, yeah, you say this now, Matt, but again, like we're gonna be in person in a month. I will be insufferable then. If you think I'm bad now, please be excited for Extra Life.
I'm just a Discord
made a
call away,
huge-
Matt. I'm just a Discord call away. You can always call me for support. I got you.
Yeah.
I've made a huge mistake. What have I done?
I was gonna say, Matt, we're about a month away from you playing Pepsi Man for the first time. How do you feel about that?
He's so
The
excited.
last time I'll play it too. Please.
It might be. But speaking of Matt,
Oh boy.
besides playing Pepsi Man, what did you play, man?
I wrapped up Xenoblade Chronicles Future Connected DLC, so kind of bittersweet wrapping up my Xenobabe marathon this year, and then got a little bit more into the next Backtrackers game, which is Beyond Good and Evil. I'll be honest, I the first time I played it, which is a few days ago, I put 20 minutes, and the first 20 minutes I really didn't like. I was like, yo, this is dated. Not sure if I'm gonna feel it, but I played it again today, and I really like it. Like, I'm glad that I didn't, I mean, I'm not gonna stop the game at 20 minutes. Like, that ain't right. So, yeah, I played for maybe about another hour today, and I really like it. Like, it just makes me feel like I'm 20 years old again, just playing a GameCube game. Like, it just really brings me back the nostalgia, like the ham and cheese dialogue, the voice acting, and just like even the quirks of the gameplay design. It's so reminiscent of the GameCube games, where it's like camera's a bit wonky. Like, you can still control it with the right stick, but you're still fighting it a little bit sometimes. Doesn't really tell you where to go, but there's only so many paths that you can go because it's not an open game. Like, I cannot fall off the cliff if the game doesn't want me to. So it's like, if I just keep going, I'll eventually get there. So I'm really liking it. And I know for a fact that if I did play this like 20 years ago, I probably would have lost my mind. Just really, really been lost in the world. So it's a shame I didn't get to enjoy it back then. I don't think I've even heard of it until now, but really, yeah, good choice. Yeah, no, never came up my radar, like any gaming magazines or anything like that. No, I don't think the cover art captured my eye at Blockbuster, but good pick, Yon 32. But kind of gaming, not gaming. I have to ask, Ron, you are the #1 Nier fan, so please tell all of our friends, what did you think of the season 2 finale that just came out? Because I just watched it.
Oh my God, it was so amazing. 2B and A2, they got into a fight and a big giant robot with claws comes out. But he's from the future. He is their dad. And they just found this out. And I'm just like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening.
Oh my gosh.
I don't want to spoil too much more. I'm not going to spoil too much more, but please watch it. It's fantastic.
Please. You had me at the first half because I'm like, that's actually accurate. You had me at the first half, Ron. You had me at the first half.
Yeah.
And then, if you're a Nier fan, you know where Ron took some liberties with that story. But if you haven't watched it, the season finale came
That's
out.
what happens. Please believe me.
Please believe Ron that he's the #1 Nier fan. But
Look,
no,
it says it
was,
right on his tag. It must be true.
Thank you.
The internet wouldn't lie.
Gotta be.
Yeah, come on.
That's right. That's right.
Come on.
No, but it was really good. I really did enjoy it. And but Fulia, I know that you said that you haven't gotten a platinum yet. Does that mean Astro Bot progress is coming along.
Slowly.
How's it going?
I am
tell
still
us.
playing. I am still playing through Astro Bot. I've managed to find. I decided that I just wanted to roll credits, so I rolled credits first, and so I've done that. So I've essentially finished the game, but now it's more of a cleanup job for me to go back, because it also tells you at the end, oh, you've still got more bots to go and find, so go find them. And I'm like, I will.
Yeah, they're lonely if you don't collect them.
Yeah,
they're just
not
sitting
to
there
mention
just
the-
like, when
not-
will I
not-
be saved?
Yeah, exactly. Not to mention the fact that, we'll be talking about this later, but, there's going to be some more bots coming our way soon. So I need to make sure that I found all of the current ones, so that I can be ready for that one when that arrives.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So Astro Bot is finished.
Well, I was
but-
going to say, I'm giving you the golf clap here. First of all,
Yeah.
congratulations on
Thank
finishing
you.
Astro Bot.
Yes.
I'm glad you
Yeah,
enjoyed it.
congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to give
now
you more
it's-
motivation for the platinum, though, my
Yeah.
friend Brittany, she just platted it. So there's somebody else that has platted the game. You know what you need to do.
You're just rubbing it in her face
It's
at
not.
this point.
It's
Well,
not
look,
a race, fool. Yet
At
it's
first,
not a
at
race.
first, Brittany was
Salt
going
in
to
the
give
wound.
up. She had texted me several times.
Oh,
talking about
yeah?
how pissed she was. I guess it's a particular level that is driving everybody
Oh.
crazy.
What are you talking about? All the levels are easy. I had no
Well,
problem.
I don't know. I can't speak on it. But apparently there was one level that was driving her up the wall, and she almost gave up. But then, out of nowhere, she sends me a platinum little picture, and I'm just like, now I can tell Koala, that's another one. Keep the motivation going.
Another one.
You can do it.
That's not
You can
really
do it, Chloe.
helping my motivation. It's making me actually feel a bit more depressed that I
Oh, Lord, no.
No. You got this, fool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got to use that as
got
fuel.
this.
You got to use that as fuel. Give
Yeah.
yourself some motivation.
You
there.
can do it.
It's gonna happen though.
Don't give up.
It's just I'm just really slow at my gaming. That's
It's
all.
all right. It's all right. As long as it gets
That's
done,
fine.
you good.
Yeah. Well,
I have also played a few other games. I played through recently a indie game dropped by the name of Tiny Glade, and that is a sandbox, chill, cozy building game where you sort of just build your own sort like buildings and towns and whatever, and it's just really nice and cozy, and you sit back and relax to making it. It's got a really cool photo mode. It's actually got like the photo mode to this game. Once you've actually built whatever it is you're building, the photo mode gives you a lot of options in terms of how you want to take the photo. You want to take it in, like just normal screenshot mode. You want to be first person. It also gives you filters to sort of put through. So it's a really cool game that I'm really glad that I have bought. It is a new release. It's currently only on Steam. I'm not sure whether or not it'll be coming to any other platform at this point. But it's still a really good game if you're into that kind of sandbox building style of gaming. I know a lot of people, like even my workmate, I had showed my workmate when I had played the demo originally, this game, and he even bought it, and he's in love with it. He absolutely loves the game too. So I'm glad to see that there's, a lot of new fans coming along to Tiny Glade. Definitely recommend. But the other things that I've played have been a few more demos. Mm-hmm. One of which is by an indie game by the name of Rooster, which is an ancient China style kind of like the Chinese Zodiac game. Like you're playing as the rooster from the Chinese calendar, and this rooster apparently caused a lot of mayhem, and so the dragon decided to put a spell on the rooster, send the rooster back in time where there's no modern technology or anything, so that rooster could learn some lessons, some life lessons.
Why would the dragon just not eat him and get it done with? I don't understand.
No.
Okay.
So the rooster has to learn some stuff. It is a side-scrolling game. It is a very pretty-looking game, too. It's all hand-drawn, and I actually really love the look of it. The demo was very short, though. I kind of wish there was a little bit more to it, but it sort of gives you a small idea of what to expect in the full game. So there's like puzzles involved, there's hidden objects, hidden object games and sort of like little bits and pieces that sort of bring this story together. So it's actually a really cool looking game. So I'm really looking forward to when that releases. At the moment, they don't have a release date for it. It says 2024, but there's not much of 2024 left, so I don't know.
I was going to say Metal
I don't
Gear
know about
Solid
that.
Delta Snake Eater is also still listed for 2024. And there's
Yeah.
not a lot of 2024 left, so.
Yeah, so there's that. Couple other demos I played. Last Time I Saw You, which is a demo I came across on the PlayStation, and I'm just curious as to why this hasn't been like a little bit more,
Promoted, like
Words.
thrown out that talked about.
Yeah, it's really like it is not on anyone's radar. It's just sort of just snuck up on me, and it's a really cool looking game. I actually really liked the.
What kind of
this
game
demo.
is it?
Yeah, I was going to say this is my first time hearing about this.
Yeah, same.
Please tell me more. Tell me
Yes. So last time I saw you is it's a narrative game, and
Okay, you got my attention.
more. I'll look
yeah.
it up while you talk.
So on the PlayStation Store it calls it an adventure platformer, but essentially like it's set in the 1980s of Japan. You're this school student, and yeah, it's side scrolly. It has a lot of heart to it, and it kind of like just in terms of its the visuals of it and the story, it just sort of took me by surprise. So it's a really interesting game. It doesn't go for this demo didn't go for very long either. So yeah, it was still good to actually play through it. And I really love the art style. Honestly, it just looks really cool. But yeah,
I've never seen this.
it's just really interesting, and I'm sad that nobody else is talking about it.
I was going to say, like, Ron and I were both just
Yeah,
like,
I'm about to say,
neither
I'm
of us
gonna
have
have
heard
to
of
look
this
into it.
Yeah.
Look at you, Koala.
In fact, Ron, correct me if I'm wrong, but this game reminds me of one game. It reminds me of like the school part of 13 Sentinels. That's what this reminds me of.
Yes.
Where it's like side-scrolling
And that's a
moving
good
around
thing.
town.
Yes.
It's kind of like a visual novel-y kind of thing. Like, yeah, that's what this reminds me
I have to
of.
write this down. I'll go ahead and look
Yeah.
into this. All right, Koala,
Yeah.
you convinced me.
Yeah.
Thank you. But the last demo that I've played.
Hold on.
this is-
Sean Capri chimes in. Chat, what's this game called?
it is called Last Time I Saw You.
Perfect. Thank
And
you.
I believe it'll be on. I think you can also get the demo on PC because I think it's coming to PC as well. So if you go to Steam, it should be there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Anyways, continue.
The last one that
Waiting for this one.
I played, and Ron's witnessed me play this on
I
stream.
did. I did.
And Ryan, you're going to be very surprised. I actually ended up playing Metaphor Refantastico.
Fantasio.
Oh, that's how we pronounce the games here at Carpool
No,
Gaming, right?
no. It's,
Echoes of Wisdom. Echoes of Wisdom. Go ahead, Fulia. You name it how
she
you want
just
to.
made it.
I like
she just
it.
made a completely different game.
Nope, it's fine.
I like
Echoes
the
of Wisdom. Yeah. No, stick with your name.
Metaphor
Fulia. It's good.
Refantastico. It sounds a lot better.
Yes. That's right. Say it properly, friends.
This is great.
That's right. You know what's
my
up.
Goodness.
Now,
Love it.
hold the phone, Fulia. I have to ask you a question because you've played. I don't think you've played Persona before, right? Or is
A
this your
little bit
first
of it,
time?
yeah, I have.
Okay.
So I kind of got, I could see where the, where a lot of the art style and the mechanics come from. Yeah. And you know what? I actually kind of enjoyed it. I really do. Like, I haven't finished it. I've played about maybe 3 to 4 hours of the demo. I don't know how long this demo is, to be honest. I
It's
feel like
supposed to
it's
be like
gonna
4
go
to 5
forever.
hours. Because
Oh,
Jared and I
okay.
talked about it yesterday on RPG Cave, and he said
Yeah.
he just finished it, and it took him like 5 hours to finish.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, if it took him 5 hours, it'll probably take me like 6.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's actually really cool. I love the anime cutscenes. The story's interesting. It kind of reminds me a little bit of, Final Fantasy 16 in a way, in terms of its story, because it's sort of like set in that kind of period. But yeah, it's interesting that it has it's turn-based, but it's also action, sort of a hybrid kind of game, which is really interesting. And yeah, but the thing that really sort of, I think my mind was a little confused about the idea of the archetypes, which is where I kind of want to learn more of, where you could actually turn into like these really like OP sort of attackers, or you could be a warrior, you could be a mage or whatever, and it's really interesting, and I didn't mind it.
Nice. Yeah, because they're like supposed to be like the personas
Excellent.
from Persona, but you're like able to customize each individual party member with different ways. Instead of it being like the Persona games where only your main character can switch between them.
Yeah, no, this in like when you first start off, you can only do your main protagonist, but then later on it'll allow you to change the archetypes and be able to edit your character's abilities that are in your party after the fact, which is really cool. So yeah, I am very interested, very intrigued by this particular game.
Yes.
But I'm not going to be day one on it. Just gonna.
That's fine.
It is
okay.
on my radar. It is on my radar. But yeah, at this point, I want to get through some of the other stuff that I've been playing before I go out of my way to buy, a game that's over 100 hours potentially.
I was just about to say, like, you need to clear out a schedule for that. But
Matt, if this is a question about God of War, I will kick you.
Oh, Matt, you beat me to it if it is.
Speaking of games you need to clear off your schedule, as I brace myself for your kick, how is God of War coming along?
I haven't touched it this week.
Yep, here we go.
But I will in the next week, maybe? I don't know.
See,
Okay. Maybe.
PlayStation fans. Here we go again.
My priority right now is Astro Bot. I want to finish and platinum now.
All right.
that seems fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what she says now. But there's three things that Koala goes to with her games. She'll either play them, like them, forget them. Play them, not like them, forget them. Or she'll say she's going to start something and she'll forget it.
They sound almost the same. Jeez.
They do sound almost the same.
It's the same format.
That's her formula. I love her, though.
Boy, I feel like Ron is like...
I do love you.
I feel like you're just farming for the shut up Ron at this point.
I already got it at the beginning of the show. I'm good. I'm good. My quota's
You got
been
it real
filled.
early.
Yeah.
Quota. That's true. Actually, we have the shut up Ron quota met as also the Pepsi Man quota met. We feel like our show is doing good today. We're having a good show this week.
To a good start.
Anyways, as for me, as you can see from the document, I didn't play anything this week. So
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, no way.
I got nothing to talk about in this segment. I've got nothing written. I've got the word nothing written down with a question mark at the end. Because I watched some horror movies this week. I was watching the Spawn TV show, the HBO Spawn cartoon.
Oh,
for the
that was
first
so
time.
good.
Oh.
It's a really good
Yeah,
one.
man.
I've never watched it before, but Keith David
yeah.
and Spawn, he's so good. Yeah, that show's great. But no, I honestly haven't really been playing anything this week, so I've got nothing.
I just thought you hadn't got to the dock yet. I was not expecting this.
I know.
okay.
I'm always the person usually playing a whole bunch of stuff, but this
right.
week just happened to be a week where it's spooky season is around the corner, and I want to get in the mood for spooky season. So of course I pulled out some of my favorite old horror movies. I also watched some new horror movies. I watched again the Spawn TV show and a bunch of other spooky stuff. So I'm basically getting ready for Silent Hill at this point, because Silent Hill comes out next week.
Around the corner, yep.
And I am so ready to go back to Silent Hill. Y'all have no idea how annoying I'm going to be about Silent Hill when that game comes out. So I don't really want to start anything like new or anything like that. So I'm not really playing anything, which again is weird for me to say, but that's just what's happening.
All right. It happens sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, it is now time to shift into topic of the week. But first, before we shift into that, Sean Capri points out a very important thing in the comments. Tony Baker has gifted 5 more gift subs. So shout out to Tony
nice,
Baker.
Tony.
Yay! Thank
Oh,
you.
Thank you.
Who's now gifted 10 subs during the month of September. So shout out to Tony Baker
All right.
for being amazing. So there you go. It sounds like Rabo actually got a sub from Tony Baker. So look at that. So anyways,
Roommate.
we had a state of play this week, y'all. I don't know if y'all knew this. And we're gonna talk about it. Now, here's the thing. Normally what we would do is we would just go through line by line and talk about each individual thing, but that's boring. We're not gonna do that this time around. Because I honestly just want to get to the root of what got us excited about the state of play, and then how did we feel about the state of play overall? I feel like that's like a good way of doing this. So we're going to go around the room, and I'm going to have each of us at least give one thing that we're excited about from this, starting with Ron. What was the thing that got your juices flowing from this?
I'm going to beat Matt to it. It's going to be Ghost of Yotei. That's a given. That's a given. They showed that. I'm in. They don't need to show me anything else. I'm good with that. They showed that, the music got going, and I was just like, this is the reason why I watched the show. The show wasn't bad, though, surprisingly.
Yeah.
I was very surprised by that. There was some new stuff there, some stuff that we knew was coming, but overall, it was a good show. I'll give them that. But
I'm
Yotei.
sorry, hold on a second. Wait.
Oh.
There's a show?
Oh, the state of play. He's
State
referring.
of Play.
Oh, I thought you were
Yes.
talking about there was a ghost show, and I'm like, huh?
Actually, that's supposed to be
I-
coming
yeah.
at some point.
I'm about to say, there's a movie being worked on.
Not
and
yet.
there's some other media.
Okay,
coming
all
along,
right.
so.
That's
Yes,
right.
yes. But yeah, so I knew that was going to be Matt's pick, but that's fine.
Yeah. So Ghost of Yotei, of course. You have some
Yes,
stuff
yes,
to punch.
yes.
Coming out sometime next year, 300 years into the future, brand new protagonist as well, because we're not playing as Jin Sakai this
Can't wait.
time, which I'm excited about. I actually think like the new protagonist looks cool. All the landscapes look really awesome. Like I can't
Yeah.
wait. And
We got
especially-
guns. Whoop.
Yep, guns.
Ooh.
That game also, Ron, I feel like is going to be a showcase game for PlayStation 5 Pro.
Oh,
I
of course.
really do. Like,
Oh,
with
for
those
sure.
vistas and
Look, the
everything else.
director's cut was beautiful, so you know
Yeah.
Yotai's going to show out. Yeah.
Like that. I think that game is like all the more reason why I'm like I feel pretty justified about
Now, see, if they had showed
pre-ordering
that
the
with the
PS5
Pro,
this
that
week.
might have goaded me in. I might have broke down.
Well, Ron, it's a good thing then that you're that they didn't all sell out because there will be some available probably.
There is
when
still
this
some
comes out
available.
next
There
year.
is. You're right.
Yeah.
That's right. I still have Matt's credit card. I'll make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have
I think
what?
this is yeah. I think for a lot of us, I do think like this was like a standout moment for me too. Like I think it was a standout moment for the show. I was really, really excited when they announced this as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was a really smart choice that they came right out the gate and front, to be honest, that say like you're not playing as Jin Sakai.
Yeah.
Like when I first found out about it, I was like, okay, I'm not sure if I would like this, but then I kind of, accepted it. You know what? They really, because they wrote in the PlayStation blog that, they really wanted to continue that story of a ghost, right? And truly where you left, like spoiler alert for Ghost of Tsushima, like you wouldn't be continuing that story to where he left off, at least the way I see it in Ghost of Tsushima. So I like the fact that they were very honest and saying like you're playing as a new character because they wanted to recapture that essence of being a ghost in Japan. Because I was thinking about, if they tried to do, Metal Gear Solid 2 where it's like, oh, it's this ghost sequel, but we're not going to surprise you with the new character, it would have bummed me out. Just like MGS2. I like that game. The game's fun, but, spoiler alert for, how old that game? 15 years? 20 years?
Longer than that. Yeah. PlayStation 2
Yeah.
2002.
Yeah.
So at
Yeah.
least 22 years old, I think. Yeah.
All right. Spoiler alert if you haven't played Metal Gear Solid 2, okay? But, you don't get to play as Solid Snake for the majority of it, and it's a switcheroo. I know. I was very shocked when I
Chances
first played.
are,
I'm like,
chances are that female samurai would easily be better than Raiden with his whiny ass.
hey, good things about him. Wasn't he in what is it, Metal Gear Survive? What was the one?
No,
one of the
Rising.
games, right?
They said he was
Revengeance.
better in that. And
I heard he
MGS4.
was good in that.
Yeah, he got better.
He's
but-
very good in MGS4.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Metal
and
Gear Solid
MGS2.
2,
Oh my god, that's right. So yeah, I'm glad that PlayStation was upfront. It's like you're not, because I love Jin Sakai. Like I think he's like a
Jin's that
pillar
guy.
in PlayStation. He really is that guy. But when I think about it again, his arc really did kind of come full circle. Unless they really had an organic story, I think it is a smart choice to have a brand new story. Because otherwise, what else are you offering from him? So really smart
Well,
choice.
Sucker Punch did say they're not done with him yet. So apparently, I guess they're going to swing back around for some side story stuff. They didn't really go into it, but they just said that they're not done with Jin yet. So
Okay.
because I
I'm
was
all
gonna
for
say,
it.
like, I feel like he's probably like there's probably gonna be like the fable of the ghost, or because there's gonna be something
Oh
that
my
causes the
God.
new character to want to become the ghost. So
I'm all
like,
for it.
you're gonna,
cool.
you're
I'm all
gonna
for it.
hear what happens afterwards and stuff.
Drop
right?
some Jin DLC for me before Yotei come out. I'm all over it.
It could be like Infamous First Light, where instead of playing as Fetch, you play as Jin Sakai. Or
I'm all for it,
because
so.
also this whole thing, the whole scenario just reminds me of Infamous, where the trade off from going from Cole to Delsin, but then Cole was still mentioned in the story and stuff like that. He wasn't as much in it, but like I feel like they're doing something similar here, which I think it's a smart move. And also, like, to your point, Matt, like, I'm glad that they didn't want to like disturb that ending of the first game, because I actually feel like they
ending
really
was
did a
great.
good job of wrapping the story. And it would be weird that suddenly he'd be like, all right, I need to come out of retirement for some reason. They'd have to make up some reason
Exactly.
for that to happen. And it's just like, I'd rather they just leave him alone
Yeah.
at this point. So
No, I'm really happy with it, and I'll be honest. On the day of the state of play, Ron was messaging me, "Are you watching it?" And I'm like, "Heck no, I'm not gonna be disappointed." I was poo pooing all over it. I'm like, "Nope, I'm not spending my time watching this. Ready to get disappointed by remasters and third parties and
But
ports."
then I gave you the eye
So-
emoji at the end of the show. I didn't want to spoil it for you.
So I was very, very happy because I was following along on Twitter, and I was like, "This is a decent state of play." I was very, very happy to see that Ghost of Yotei was announced. I lost my mind for Legacy of Kain. Like, I saw some rumors
Yes.
for that remaster, but I was like,
Looking
"No
forward to
way,
that.
they're never bringing that back." And then they finally announced it. I'm so excited. If you haven't played it, like, this is a good opportunity. However, there's a caveat. I haven't played Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver since it first came out, which is again more than 20 years ago.
Many moons ago, yes.
yep, because Soul Reaver 2 was a Dreamcast game.
Oh yeah, so it was way back when. Now I haven't played it since then. I know I have nostalgia blinders on for sure, but if they didn't touch the mechanics, which it's just a remaster, if you're checking this game out, friends, like, you're pushing a lot of blocks. You know what I'm talking about in the late 90s, those 3D games where it's like,
That's how they got
push this
down,
block
yeah.
here, put it there, and yeah, you're pushing a lot of blocks. So as long as you're up for the block pushing, I can promise you that Kain is such a badass character with such a cool story about revenge and just the world they built in it. So I definitely want to check it out because I don't think I played the first one. So I would like to see the events before Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 2. Ryan, did you play these games?
I played Soul Reaver 1 back in the day, but never finished
And?
it. And I liked it. I thought it was a cool game. And again, like, I never played Soul Reaver 2 or really any of the other Legacy of Kain games, if I'm being honest. So I'm pretty excited to jump into this. It is Aspire that's doing this, which, we know their track record.
Yeah,
but
they're
at the
hit
same
and miss.
time,
No.
no,
Hit and
but
miss.
no. So here's the thing.
Okay.
They're pretty good with games that don't require online connections, and this one doesn't require an
Okay.
online connection.
Okay, fine.
And expect it where it's just pretty much just give me the game as is. No, like with like very minimal visual touch ups. So as long as you're okay with that going into it, then I don't think you'll be disappointed with it.
I can live with that.
Yeah. Same.
I'm all for it, but
because like you, I'm excited that they're coming back at all because I thought these games were dead. Of course, this was leaked early because they accidentally put up posters for this at I think it was San Diego Comic-Con over the summer, and they expected no one to just take pictures of them.
Yeah.
So that's how
They
that's
think
how that
people will
kinda-
forget.
Yeah.
Gamers don't forget.
No, that was how this kind of leaked out before. But yeah, that collection
okay.
is really cool. So I'm glad that's back.
And then funny enough, because I wasn't watching the state of play, but I'm very grateful for the community tagging me in the PlayStation Discord because they're like, "Yo, I was thinking about you for that crossover that you must be losing your mind over." And I'm like, "What
Now
crossover?"
he'll finally play
'Cause
Stellar
again,
Blade.
Because I was like, "What are you guys talking about?" And then I was like, "Oh my god, I missed this!" And then I watched the trailer, Stellar Blade, Nier Automata crossover. Let's go! And yes, Ron is correct. I will finally play Stellar Blade solely because of this crossover. 100% saw that trailer when they played that music. I was like, "Yep, shut up, take my money, take it right now." All for it. Cannot wait, friends. Oh,
Funnily
dream
enough, we
come
heard
true.
this from you, but not the number one Nier fan to your right, which is interesting.
Ron was pre-ordering the game already.
I don't
or
want
I
a
don't know what were you
crossover. I don't
doing.
want a crossover. I want a full-on even 2B game. Just give it to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like what you're thinking. We're
Yeah.
going all in. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Stellar Automata. Come on. Let's do this.
That's right, Ron. Here we go. We want all of it. Thank you, Ron.
Thank you, Ron.
Fulia, you don't like this crossover? 2BB. I'm quoting it right now. 2BB.
I'm laughing at Ron with his...
Koala.
He's the number one fan.
This is genuine excitement.
Please believe him.
Please believe me.
Please
Look at
believe
the
him.
smile that's on his
Yes.
face.
Yeah. Of
Yes.
course.
Please believe him.
This hurts, Koala.
Let's go.
Oh,
That's right.
my heart.
I was going to say, the age of Xenobabes is over. The age of
Stellar
Stellar
Babes.
Blades
Yes, Riley.
has begun.
Yes. I can get
Let's
behind
go,
that.
Riley. Stellar Babes it is.
Yeah.
When are we getting the T-shirt made? What's going on?
Hey, I'm all for it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. Fluya,
I'm
how about
ready.
you? What got you excited from the State of Play?
The start of this PlayStation, this state of play was literally all I needed.
Yeah.
I knew it. As soon as I saw it, I was like, there, well, that's fool you all day.
I am so glad they opened with Astro Bot, to be honest, because that game has been going gangbusters everywhere and everybody's been loving it. And the fact that they're giving us, 5 new speed run levels and then 10 new bots, one of them is, I think, Eve from Stellar Blade. And the other one is a Helldivers character.
Yep.
You get Helldivers.
Well,
and you
there's
get
multiple
Stellar
Helldives
Blades.
they confirmed.
Yeah, multiple. Yeah.
Because they're kind of like the Hellgast from Killzone, because in the base game you rescue a few of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was very excited for this DLC announcement. I'm really looking forward to playing more Astro Bot, to be collecting more bots.
Yep. And it's free DLC. We don't
it
even have
is.
to pay for
It's
it, which
free.
is awesome.
That's right. Free is
And-
always
You don't
good.
have to pay extra.
Free could be good sometimes. But this time
And-
it's definitely great.
They confirmed as well, Fuya, and I don't know if you caught this, even more is coming after this. So they're doing even more Astrobot content after this at some point that they haven't announced yet.
Yeah, Team
Team
Sobi. They want you to
Asobi is
eat. They want
killing
you
it.
to eat.
Yeah.
They know what we want.
I am so freaking excited also to find out who the other bots are going to be as well.
Yeah.
Because there were some deep cuts from the base game, so I'm really excited to see who is next.
Hopefully it'll be some more old school. That'll be nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. It's not like I'm recognizing half the other bloody characters that I've come across anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
But the only other thing that has me also kind of like a little bit excited, but because I'm going to be getting it anyway, because it's a Lego game and that's Lego Horizon Adventures. I am very much looking forward to playing that. It just looks like it's going to be fun
Yep.
because Lego games are always fun.
And they gave a release date too.
true.
November 15th is when it's out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited too. I think that game looks like it's going to be pretty solid. So,
That it's
will be.
literally coming out the week that I come back from my trip.
yeah.
Perfect timing. There you go.
But what about Koala? You're forgetting the $9.99 upgrade for Horizon Zero Dawn Remaster.
I don't need it. I've
one
already got
everybody
the
wants.
PS4 copy.
But
It's
come
fine.
on, just for $10 you can get it to be prettier. I'm just saying.
Ron, you
Remastered
made fun
version.
of that.
It's fine.
You
Oh
made fun
no,
of that, but
I'm not making fun of it at all because as soon as they said that, I told Matt in our chat. I said I'm gonna get that.
Yeah.
$10.
See, I needed this to do well because I picked it up in Fantasy Critic because I had I had Assassin's Creed Shadows in the Carpool Gaming League and
Oh,
got
that's
delayed.
right.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I
no.
instantly ran over and picked up Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered. because
You'll be
of course I
fine.
did.
You'll be
So,
fine.
I think you'll be fine. Yeah.
Chances are it would have scored better than Shadows, so it's fine.
Yeah, we also got confirmation it's going to be PS4 or PS5 Pro enhanced. So I'm excited to see what the enhancements are going to do as well. But
Yeah, for $10, I can't go wrong with
$10,
that. I'll do that. Yeah. Oh,
solid
great.
$10. So, as for me, there was I have to talk about a moment that happened because I was watching this at work, and I was watching it just on my computer over there, minding my own business. When all of a sudden I hear a couple bars of a song from an old game that I knew from the PS1 era, and I started freaking out to the point where I literally jumped out of my desk, yelled at the top of my lungs saying, "Yeah!" And everyone in the CBC newsroom looked at me like I was some crazy person because Lunar Remastered Collection got announced spring 2025.
Very
and
surprising.
I couldn't believe what I was watching. I was so happy to the point where I almost just swore right now because of how happy I was to see this come back. Now, of course, this isn't, out of left field. If you've been listening to RPGK for a while, this is something that I've been collecting evidence to show that this is going to be happening for a while now. And I actually predicted in our RPG predictions for E3 that this is going to be something at like the latest Nintendo Direct or something like that during E3 time. But it actually happened here instead, which I think it's actually better because it's closer to release. And this is Lunar 1 and 2, of course, remastered with all new voice dialogue. So it's going to be all new recordings of all the voices. I think they mentioned that almost everyone from the original voice cast is actually coming back to re-record a lot of their lines, which is interesting. There's also the question of whether or not they're going to redo the localization, because the localization was very spotty with working designs back in the day. But these are very standard, turn-based games on PS1, and they're really good role-playing games that still really hold up now. Because even if you looked at the visuals from the trailer that we got, those aren't really like brand new visuals. Those are basically like the visuals upscaled from the PS1, and they still look really good today. So I think that collection is going to be awesome. I'm so glad as well that when this got announced, so many people I saw on Twitter were actually really excited about this too. It wasn't just me.
This gives me a chance to play it now. So
yes, Ron.
That's good. Yeah.
Yes, you're going to be like us.
I never got a chance to finish it. I had rented it from Blockbuster way back in the day, and the RPG was too long. I couldn't finish it. So I'm all for it. I saw that and I was like, finally, I get a chance to play it cheaply.
Yeah, because those games, as Ron points out, those games are like $200 a pop on PS1 if you want to get them. Now. So not only that, but then if you go back to the Sega CD versions of them, they're even more expensive. So I'm so happy that they're finally back, and Ron will get to play them for the first time. We'll get to talk about it on the show. Whereas, of course, I'm gonna hop back in and play those again. And the other one I want to mention as well, because I think we've touched on all the other exciting announcements I wanted to talk about, was Fantation, Neo Dimension. We knew, of course, this was coming out from Apple Arcade. This is the newest role-playing game from Mistwalker, the makers of Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey. This was previously exclusive to Apple Arcade, now coming to PlayStation for the first time. It's a turn-based role-playing game, and it's out December 5th, and I think it looks awesome. And
it was cool seeing Sakaguchi on a PlayStation platform again. I mean, he showed up, and I was just like, God, this feels really strange, because we have not seen him in years. He has not wanted to be associated with PlayStation since the Kutaragi beef, so that was pretty cool seeing him.
Exactly, because now, believe it or not, he's back at Square, where if anyone knows the history of Mistwalker, which we did an entire RPG Cave episode about, by the way, shameless plug. We talked about that, where it was very much like a tumultuous relationship, and they broke away. There was a lot. He brought a lot of people with him who worked on old Final Fantasy games from Square to go form Mistwalker, and they made a bunch of games for Xbox or the Wii, like The Last Story, which is Sean Capri's favorite game.
Sean's favorite game. He loves it.
Yeah. But they also, again, made Lost Odyssey, Blue Dragon, and some other stuff. So, yeah. I'm excited to finally be able to play that for the first time, because I was never going to play that on Apple Arcade. And I think it's going to be awesome.
Same. I'm looking forward to it. And it looks good, so... Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I want to throw in an honorable mention, though, right before we move on.
Absolutely, Ron.
The Midnight Walk is another one that I think is going to be a good one. I enjoyed the Lost in Random. It's the same creators. As soon as they said that and it looked like it, I was like, yeah, I'm in for this one. Because Lost in Random was a really good game.
Okay, nice. I mean, it looks really creepy. And I love the fact, too, that it's coming to both PlayStation VR and PS5.
Yeah, I saw that. I was very surprised. I was like, oh. But that fit my formula. I said it was going to be 2 PSVR games showed.
And there were exactly 2. Exactly 2, because the other one was Metro Awakening.
Yeah.
Which is out on November 7th, which they had announced previously, but we finally got a release date for it. So, yeah. Overall, did we enjoy the state of play? Because I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people were giving it
much better than that one with Concord. Much better. Better than that one.
Better than expected. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good.
I think it was one of the better state of plays, honestly.
Yeah. We haven't. That was a real super solid, man. That was good.
Yeah. I mean, I think there was something for everyone here, because, I mean, you had Keanu Reeves show up. You had Pow World coming out on PlayStation.
Showed more Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yep. Well, we got the release date for it as well.
Dragon Age, Dragon Battle. That looks good.
Yeah, that was cool. Cool. Yeah, I didn't want to bring that up because it's just like, cool. It's a boss battle.
Yeah, it's a boss battle.
We'll see you in a month.
I just wanted to, just show a little something. I'm already in for Dragon Age. I don't need to see anything else. They made up for that Fortnite trailer, so I'm good.
Yeah. Well, let's bring in Cowboy Danger D, who says, I thought the state of play was actually really good. to keep my expectations in check, maybe they should get rid of the showcases and use the showcase format to do deep dives into 1 or 2 larger games if they have them available and soon coming out. I think that's a good idea, Cowboy, because you're right. Like, I think like instead of saving like the showcase, the PlayStation showcase for all the big games, you should maybe they should maybe do that for like, you know, deep dives on games. Like when they do like the Hogwarts Legacy State of Play. It didn't need to be Hogwarts Legacy State of Play. It could have just been the Hogwarts Legacy Showcase or something like that. But cool. Well, we got more questions from the listeners, starting with Quaggy, who says, "It is I, the Quaggy, king of the Xenobabes. When do you think online pre-ordering won't be a pain?" Sorry, this is a family show. He was making a swearing joke. Surely we have the technology. Companies are leaving money on the table and empowering scalpers to maximize profit with these insufficient pre-order systems. Of course, Quaggy is referring to the debacle that happened with the PlayStation 35th anniversary or 30th anniversary, where no one could get them. Not even here in Canada, where every retailer had them, apparently. But, yeah. What do you think about this? Because, like, I don't think this is something they can ever fix. As long as, you know,
as long as scalpers keep updating the technology, man. I mean, PlayStation Direct, they tried. They were like, here, sign in and then wait in the queue. I don't know what more they can really do because, I mean, whatever change they make, scalpers will find technology to beat the system, and that's just going to be a thing I think that will just never end. I can't see them improving on that.
Yeah. Well, you have the unique experience, Ron, because again, we don't have PlayStation Direct where the three of us
I always forget that. Yeah.
So we it was the Wild West where retailers just put them up whenever. Like some of them were going up before the time they were supposed to go up for pre-order.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that.
Yeah, like Costco, I think put them up at like 8 a.m. or something, which is the weirdest thing. So yeah, like Matt, I don't think you were trying to get any of these pre-ordered, right?
Oh, he was.
I think I'm fairly confident that I am the only one on this panel who successfully got nothing from the pre-orders. I believe everybody else got something, while I spent 2.5 hours.
I got 2 controllers. Yeah. I got 2.
Congratulations, that's double the amount that I got because I spent 2.5 hours in Best Buy with the controller in my cart, trying to check out. Yep. Wouldn't let me, and then
it did
after
happen
2.5 hours,
first time. Yeah,
sold
out.
That same happened to me.
Just devastated.
We broke the Best Buy checkout.
Matt. It took about like 7-8 refreshes for me to finally get to the actual checkout basket. I was just like, oh god.
Yeah. See, because that's the thing.
So,
I had no problem getting the Pro. That was easy. Any 30th anniversary stuff, forget about it. I couldn't get any of it at all. Like I was in the same boat, Matt. Like I tried for 3 hours to get that controller and couldn't get it.
Okay. So you got the Pro. Ron got 2 controllers.
They freaked out anyways. PlayStation Direct was the best. They said we're starting at 10, but we're going to let you queue up early. And I was like, that's great. And by the time it started at 10, it was like, you have over an hour. And I was just like, well, I'm not waiting. So I put that off to the side. It went and hunted down. First, I think Walmart I tried. I got my controller in. They were gone by the time I got to checkout. Went to Best Buy. They came through. So I got that. And then by the time I was done dealing with Best Buy, went off and did some other stuff. And I was like, oh, snap. I forgot I still had my PDS Direct thing up. And I went in, and it's like, you have a minute left. I was like, I don't need a second controller. But then I was like, my daughter wants one. I'll help her out.
There you go.
So I went ahead and got it.
That's a sweet dad.
So there you go. Yeah.
You also could have gotten yourself a Pro.
No. I almost did. I told Matt. I almost did.
He was close.
I was so close. Because I looked and it was still in stock, and I was like, no. It's like, I don't need it.
We could have been Pro buddies, Ron. We could have been the 2 people on this panel with Pros. It would have been awesome.
It was close. It was calling to me. I was like, but I stayed strong.
Nice.
Well done.
How about you, Fulia?
Here in Australia,
drop the news. Drop the news.
Wait, hold on.
Let me
just answer the Quaggy's question. Here in Australia, they had a bit of an interesting system depending on the retailer. So EB Games here in Australia, you had to get the Pro or to get the 30th anniversary Pro bundle, you had to be level 5 member with them, which is very difficult to get. Very difficult. To be able to then sign in and make your pre-order for that.
Yeah. Now, because that's not something you can buy. It's like something you have to earn over time.
Exactly. And to be level 5 at EB Games, you have to be shopping there all the time. Like almost every week to be able to gain the amount of carrots, which is what their point system, to be able to get to level 5. And I'm a level 4, and I've been level 4 for a very long time. I have never been able to get to level 5 because I don't shop there very often. So I'm stuck at level 4 and that's it. So no pro bundle for me. But in saying that, JB Hi-Fi has had a ballot system going, but you had to be a JB Perks member, which is free to sign up, to be able to get a link from JB Hi-Fi to then be in the ballot for a chance to order these bundles. Or for any of the 30th anniversary accessories as well. So to be able to order anything 30th anniversary, you had to be part of this ballot. And if you get chosen, then you have the right to be able to buy these items.
Lethal lottery.
That's how they do that in Japan. Like, with all their stuff. They do like the lottery system.
So it is a little bit harder to scalp because of that, but I don't think that it still stops people from doing the scalping.
Right.
It's just a little added measure so that people who are genuinely interested in buying these products have a better chance at getting them, rather than just uploading it to the website and let everybody go for it and then just have it sold out in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, and then ends up on eBay for $5,000.
Exactly. So
I mean,
not
you
surprised
joke,
there.
Ron, but that's kind of what I'm going for. Because like I was curious. I was like, oh, what are the sold listings? Sold September 29th. PlayStation 5 Pro 30th anniversary bundle, $6,327
It's
Canadian
crazy.
dollars.
It's crazy. It's just
Friends,
like, come on now.
Don't do this.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
This is why scalpers
No.
keep doing what they're doing. They're like, somebody's going to buy
You're
this
letting
for
them win.
$6,000. You're like, what?
I'm scrolling through, and
No.
multiple of these are going for over actually selling for over $6,000. One actually sold 2 days ago for $7,222.70. And then the Slim, the 30th anniversary Slims, they're going for about $1,300. So people are making money off that too.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to think about.
But, and this is going to surprise a lot of you,
Yeah, come on, Koala.
I actually managed to pre-order something 30th anniversary through
Let's
EB
go.
Games.
Let's go.
And it's something I don't have. I got a Portal.
Oh, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah,
It's-
shocked us.
Congratulations.
Shocked us.
It took me a little while to get through the cart system because EB Games kept signing me out to sign me back in like a good 20 minutes to half an hour before I could finalize the payment and to confirm the payment and all that sort of stuff. So, but as soon as all I had to do was drop a $50 deposit on it, and then it was mine. And I have a 30th anniversary edition of the PlayStation Portal going to be mine. So I am looking
Congrats,
forward
Koala.
to
Yes.
having that.
Very nice.
Luckily, it's actually coming out after I come back from my US trip, so it'll be a nice welcome home
Yeah,
present.
you can get back on God of War. Yeah.
Yeah.
Play
She'll be
that
done
right
by
in your
then.
lap. Yeah.
She'll be done by then. No,
Yeah.
she'll finish it by then. Come on. Have some
It's,
faith.
yeah, because
Ron.
actually my Pro will be there when I come back as well from Extra Life. So it's gonna be interesting. But
Yeah.
also, clearly, Ron, maybe what we do is we make Fulia play God of War at Extra Life and just finish it.
I already have it.
I'm all right with that. I'm all right with that, Ryan. Yes.
I
I like it.
You gotta
I
do
like
it for
that.
the kids. Do it for the kids,
I'm
Koala.
thinking with my brain here. Thinking with my brain.
For the kids.
Ryan, why
Yeah.
must you encourage this?
Well, you see,
Good
Fulia,
idea.
that's because Final Fantasy VIII is life. Final Fantasy VIII is love. Has a question for us. That question is: if you were to procure a limited edition PlayStation 5, what game would you play on it first, and why is it the greatest RPG that was available on the original PlayStation, Final Fantasy VIII? I would not play Final Fantasy VIII. I would play if I had a limited edition 30th anniversary PlayStation 5 Pro. First game I would play on it is Resident Evil 2. Because I love Resident Evil 2.
Yes.
I love the PlayStation 1. Even though that game wasn't on the PlayStation 1, because Resident Evil 2 Remake was not on the PlayStation 1, it would feel like I was, transported back to the PlayStation 1 era. But if you really want my real answer of a real PlayStation 1 game that is actually a PlayStation 1 game that's available on PlayStation 5 that I would play, it's Dino Crisis, because by the time this is out, we got the confirmation that Dino Crisis is coming, and it will be there probably by the time the Pro's out. So Dino Crisis is my actual answer. What about you guys?
If I were to... Go ahead, Rod. Go ahead.
I don't know, man. Maybe Final Fantasy VII OG. I haven't touched it in a while. Why not? Why not?
Okay.
I'm thinking if I were to procure a limited edition PS5 Pro, I'm going with Brian. Like, it'd have to be the OG Resident Evil 2.
Yes.
That's the one that has the most nostalgia for me. Like, obviously I played Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 1, but obviously like my GOAT, it's gonna be RE2 for sure.
Yeah. Now, I mean, we don't have the OG Resident Evil 2 on there, which is why I said we had to go with the remake. But it's close enough. It's close enough.
There you go.
I mean, you have original RE1 on there, though, because the director's cut is on PlayStation Plus. But
I love that ham and cheese dialogue. It's so good.
Oh, it also has the greatest music in all video games, the basement theme from that version of the game, which Matt knows. Matt knows that theme.
That song is wild. That song is wild. It does not belong in a horror game.
I mean, it doesn't belong in any game. But,
That's true.
Do you have a PlayStation 1 game that you'd play on you're going to
PlayStation
play on your
1
Portal?
game.
Anna K, baby!
PlayStation
Yes,
1.
obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Or
Anna
hey,
Kay.
what would be the first game you'd play on your PlayStation 5 Pro limited edition console if you got one?
I don't know. I mean,
Ridge Racer.
Ridge Racer's a good one.
I don't know. My brain instantly goes to either Astro's Playroom or Final Fantasy 16.
That's fine too. That's fine too.
does. Of course it does.
Yeah, I mean, Dave didn't say it had to be a PlayStation 1 game, so.
I just funded
okay.
in that direction.
It made it more fun that way. But you know,
I didn't play very many PS1 games, so I don't really have much of a knowledge in that sort of
That's
department.
okay.
But
That's okay.
yeah, I feel like, maybe, the Final Fantasy 16 would look very nice, I would say, on the Pro, for sure.
It probably would. Yes.
Yeah.
They haven't confirmed
would.
that it's getting PS5 Pro updates, but I think it will at some point. But all right, next up, Solo says, not really state of play talk, but more PlayStation company talk. After going through the battle of getting the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Collector's Edition from Nintendo, and now starting my PlayStation queue this week at 9 a.m. to refresh, only to get in at 11:45 a.m.-ish. What ways do you think companies can change the direct buying experience to avoid scalpers? We talked about that a little bit with the last question.
Yeah, ballot system would be good.
Yeah, just doing the lottery system.
Yeah.
Or maybe making sure that all the retailers put up the products at exactly the same time.
that's a
That
start.
would help. That would help.
Well, you know what? I just remembered that. And I know PlayStation Direct's not available everywhere, but I forgot that they did do kind of an invite system for PS Direct when they did the launch.
Oh,
edition of the
yeah.
PS5. That's how I looked out and got
did do
mine
that.
because of Jeff Keighley messing it up for everybody who was trying to get the Amazon. It was like, oh, their link is available early. And everybody got screwed. But
you're right. They did do that.
Yeah, PS Direct came through. PS Direct came through. So I got my invite and I was still able to get it on launch.
Nice. Well, next up, we got Toxic who says, do y'all think 2025 will be the best year in terms of games for this generation? Ghost of Yotei, Death Stranding 2, GTA 6, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater, to name a few next year. And do y'all think there's a possibility that Grand Theft Auto 6 gets delayed? So, Toxic, I think 2025 is shaping up to be a good year, but we also just don't know enough about it at this point. So I will say no. I don't think that it's going to be anywhere close to 2023 was, because y'all remember last year was a pretty big year for games.
There was a lot of heavy hitters last year. Yeah.
Yeah, like I would be surprised if it beat that out. But I'm curious to know what y'all think about this. As far as Grand Theft Auto 6 getting delayed, maybe?
Definitely.
Maybe?
Maybe. I'll be
It
sure.
will be.
Yeah.
No, not maybe. Definitely getting pushed back. So no, 2025 will not be because GTA 6 will be pushed and MGS Snake Eater is this year. I believe it. So no, not 2025.
Whoa, Matt,
I believe.
whoa.
I believe Konami, after Tokyo
can do
Game
it,
Show, is
Konami.
going to announce the release date for this game that's coming out in less than 3 months.
And Shadow Drop, baby. That's how you set
Dave,
the internet on
Konami is
fire.
not shadow dropping that. They don't, you made Ryan
Ryan's
leave.
done.
Shadow drop for Snake Eater.
Matt, I want you to know.
Come on.
This is my disappointed face. Know it well.
We don't do shadow drops
I'm
here,
a
Matt.
believer. A man can dream, I guess.
Wrong platform. Wrong platform. We don't do that here.
Riley's also apparently a believer too. So
Yes, Riley
my
King.
goodness.
Shadow drop, baby. Let's do
Oh
it.
my God.
yeah. But, yeah. I guess we'll find out next year. The answer
Yeah.
to this question.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. I mean, hey, it could be. You never know.
Yeah. Could be a good year. I think, yeah, even if it's not one of the best years of this generation, I think it'll still be a good year for games.
Yeah.
Even if Grand Theft Auto doesn't come out, because I don't even care about Grand Theft Auto, but I'm still excited about games next year. So there you go.
I might have to wait on GTA 6. I don't know. GTA 5 didn't really do it for me like that, so we'll see.
I'm day one. I'm day one in 2026 when it
I
actually
mean,
does
I always
come out.
buy the Grand Theft Auto games day one, but I never like them. So
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Why do
damn.
you keep doing it?
because
Why do you keep buying them then?
because I've talked about this on the show before, but it's like I will continually try and play series that I know other people enjoy that I don't enjoy because I want to broaden my horizons in games all the time. And likewise, it could just be that one they might change the formula just enough to get me. Because like that's happened with a lot of other franchises that I've never really been into, like Trails as an example. I wasn't really into those games, but I got the review copy of Trails from Zero, and I really enjoyed it a lot to the point where I then played the following game and really enjoyed that too. So I'm like, I feel like that you never know. Like they might change the formula enough with each iterative game to finally get me like excited about it. Okay. So I always like to give it a try, especially a series as big as Grand Theft Auto. I feel like I at least, as someone who really enjoys games, I have to at least try and give it a chance, even if I'm not really super into it.
No, Ripo.
Of course, for audio listeners, Ribo says, see, now you should just follow Ryan's lead here and play Pepsi Man. You never know. That's true, Ribo. You never really know.
No,
I mean,
Ribo. That's not what he. No,
No, Ripo.
That's not what
that
Ryan
does not
meant.
apply
No.
here. That does not apply.
that's not what Ryan meant. No.
That's kind of what I meant a little bit. But also, 31 days. 31 days before Pepsi Man. Please be excited.
Ron, you have 31 days to save me to get me out
Nope.
of this, please.
I told you. My
31
Discord, you
days.
can always call me. I'll be ready.
JB's
No,
gonna play with us.
JB.
JB's there, and JB will play Pepsi Man.
JB's excited about it, so there you go.
JB, come over and we'll play Pepsi Man. It's a
See,
good
Matt,
game.
you can sneak off. Let JB get your spot, eh?
That's right.
Please.
Thank you, JB. You took my spot. Please.
PlayStation Drive
Thank
crew
you.
sticks together, okay?
Yeah.
If Fulia has to suffer through Pepsi Man,
I'm
so
about to
do
say,
you.
fully remember that when Elden Ring gets brought out, okay?
Anyways, next question comes to us from Kiku, who says, we all know the only announcement from the State of Play that mattered was the reveal of Lunar Remastered. Yeah, it was, of course. Which of y'all will be getting it? Right? For my question, though, how many of you are influenced by reviews/opinions of other people when it comes to deciding if you want to buy a game? I largely ignore reviews and opinions of people I don't know and just go for whatever happens to catch my eye when I see trailers or gameplay videos. But I can also be talked into trying other games by my friends on occasion if I skipped over something they think I should play. Yeah, like first of all, of course, I'm slam dunk for Lunar Remastered. Of course I am. But as far as, like people convincing me to play stuff, like when I'm looking at reviews online, there are certain reviewers that I follow because they have very similar tastes in games that I do. So like those opinions on games will usually sway me a lot farther than someone else who might not have my same opinions in games, or strangers that I just don't know. So that's always kind of what I'm looking for, is like looking for people who have very similar tastes to me, talking about games that I don't know about, because there's a likely chance that if they're going to enjoy it, I'm probably going to enjoy it if we like very similar things. And sometimes it doesn't work out that way, but a lot of times that's one of the things I love about listening to podcasts as well, is that when we have these larger discussions about these games that we're playing, usually get a pretty good sense from that person, what the gameplay is like and whether or not you think you might enjoy it from that. But otherwise, I mostly do what you do, Kiku, where I'm kind of like making up my own mind by looking at, trailers and stuff for the games. And I'm curious to know what other people think about this. Fulia, how do you decide what to play? I mean, for God's sakes, you play so many demos. Like, how do you even hear about all this stuff? And kind of like figure out like what is worth it to download even?
So I generally, if I'm looking for something to play, I will look for a game that has a demo, and that's why when I'm on the PlayStation Store, I'll actually scroll down to the demos section, and you'll be surprised at how many games actually have demos available to play, and with the demo, and because demos are what really convince me whether or not I want to get the game or not, that's why I play them. So I do that specifically, especially when it comes to like Steam games is a little bit more harder because they don't always have a dedicated section just for demos. I mean, they do, but you really have to sort of go through the menus to find the demo category. But a lot of the times, whenever there's like an event happening, like if there's a showcase event or whatever, that like the Wholesome Direct will have their own Steam event happening, they will always have like a button that says, demo available and whatnot. So that is generally how I decide whether or not I'm going to be buying games, is by playing demos. But I'm not opposed to having a friend or someone recommend a game to me that they think, if they know my gameplay style and they know that I'm going to like it and they recommend it to me, like what happened with, Final Fantasy 16. I had no interest in it originally until my workmate told me that I would enjoy the story, that I should at least give the prologue a go. And when I did, and then I ended up falling in love with the story, and I was just like, all right, well, I might as well get this game. It's going to happen.
The only one thing that she fell in love with. That's not the only thing.
I'm trying to give a really good answer here, and you're just ruining it. So shush.
Not a shut up. A shush this time, Ron. A shush.
I'll take it.
Yeah. So friends might be able to influence me. It just really depends on the game. But also, I'm the type of person that just makes up my own opinion on games. If it looks like something that catches my eye and looks interesting, I might try it. I might check it out. But otherwise, I don't want to yuck people's yum. Everybody has their own taste in games, so
100%.
Play whatever it is you want to play. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Matt?
When it comes to, I actually really don't pay attention to reviews because I'm similar to Fuller, where it's like I really have a good strong sense of like I know what I like most of the time. Not that I haven't bought in games and then it turns out I don't like it, but for the most part, I know exactly what I want to play when I want to play it. So usually I'm pretty spot on, and I don't trust reviews just because sometimes I feel very strongly about it. Like September 28th, was a celebration for Resident Evil 3 because it's September 28th is Daylight Day. And a lot of and these are Resident Evil like content creators, and while they were celebrating Daylight Day, they were poo-pooing all over Resident Evil 3 remake. And to be quite honest, like I've talked about in the past, like I know it's a short game, cuts out a lot of content, but I really, really enjoyed that game quite a bit. It was definitely a positive experience. Not my favorite Resident Evil remake game, but I still enjoyed it quite a bit. So, if I followed the opinion of all these hardcore Resident Evil content creators, I never would have played it. So that's how I know I really try not to listen to what reviewers say. If anything, I actually prefer listening to friends, because especially people who know me very, very well. And I can tell when they're not trying to persuade me to play a game that they like. It's a game that they know I like. Like when Ryan and Ron were like, you really need to play Parasite Eve. What are you doing? Like, you have to play a game. It's not because, the two of them enjoyed it themselves, but they know my taste. They're like, Matt's really going to like this game. And surely enough, like, I loved it. It's such a shame that I didn't play it, back then. So yeah, I definitely trust my friends over reviews and just try to make it my own mind. Just kind of go in there.
Yeah. Also, fun fact: I also like the Resident Evil 3 remake. So you know what? Who cares what everyone else says? We both enjoyed it.
Exactly.
So that's what matters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ron, what about you, man?
Usually I'll pay attention to OpenCritic. I don't look at the scores. I'll sit there and kind of look at it, but then I'll actually look at what people have said about it. I found a lot of gems that way, games that I was not looking, at whatsoever. And OpenCritic has put me on to quite a few things that I didn't know about. And there are a few reviewers that I trust. Noisy Pixel, ACG, those guys, I listen to them and see what they got to say about games. But it really depends. If I read stuff and I got a gut feeling that a game might be good, even if the reviews are a little off. I'll still give it a chance. And then, of course, if there's something that everybody's kind of back and forth on, I can't get a good read on, I'll reach out to friends. That's like I did with Seth when it came to Outlaws. I was interested in it, but the reviews were all over the place, and I was just like, I'm not sure if I want to drop money on this or not. I reached out to Seth, and Seth knows I like games that got good stories and stuff. The gameplay I can deal with, but when they told me the story was just kind of, I was just like, well, maybe I'll just wait for a deep sale on that then. But for the most part, like I said, reviews can be good if you trust the right people, but friends who come through for you. The only games I don't bother even looking at reviews for is Falcom stuff. I never look at scores or reviews for those whatsoever. Those are going to deliver for me. Those are day one purchases. I don't care what nobody says.
I mean, that's kind of how I feel about BioWare games. Even Anthem, where I was like, yeah, I know those games are for me, so I will pick them up every time. Even Anthem, which I didn't like. But you know what? It was a BioWare game. I had to get it.
It's all right. Anthem got me too, Ryan, but I'm still a BioWare guy.
Look, Dragon Age looks really good. So I think
It does.
I can feel a lot better about making that decision of picking up every BioWare game day one. But anyways, next up we got the Captain, who says, I really enjoyed the state of play. I'm really looking forward to the Astro Bot DLC, a new Ghost that was announced, and Stellar Blade Cross Near has me really intrigued. My question for y'all, though, if you could pick any two games to get a crossover, what would they be? Mine would be Ratchet and Clank in Borderlands as Vault Hunters. Using the different guns and gadgets on hordes of psychos would be great fun, and Clank and Claptrap science, I can imagine, would be really hilarious. That's actually a really good.
That was a good one.
Yeah. That's the thing. I've talked about it before on the show before, but I don't love a lot of crossovers. So this is kind of like a difficult question for me. But honestly, like we talked about it here, and one that sprung to mind, as we've been talking about it a lot tonight, and spooky season, Parasite Eve cross Resident Evil. I would love to see like the crossover of the ages, two horror franchises crossing over, because they're practically the same thing anyways. But then they could work some Umbrella Corporation lore into the Parasite Eve lore, and you could have like a survival horror role-playing game that would be super fun with like Chris and crossing over and doing stuff. So yeah,
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Do y'all have any dream crossovers?
I do.
Ron, what is it? Tell us.
Tomb Raider and Uncharted Lost Legacy. Man, come on. Chloe, Nadine, and Laura all together, kicking ass. Yeah. Exploring temples. Yeah.
What are we waiting for?
Money all day.
It just does this. Just prints money.
Yeah, just prints it out.
It does.
Yeah.
Good one. Didn't think of that.
All right.
Like, I mean,
You're
I think
you're not going to be surprised with my answer.
Maybe. Tell us, Julia.
It's not. I can see where it's going.
I already know it involves God of War.
Maybe.
Go ahead and tell us.
Let's just Astro Botify.
I do it.
PlayStation
I do
games. Let's go.
Okay.
I absolutely here's the thing. I loved playing that God of War level in Astro Bot, and I would love to have that as a whole game. Like, just make it its own thing.
That's the only way we can get you to finish a God of War game by Astro Botting it. Oh my God.
Boy, I feel like the closest we're going to get to that is the Lego Horizon game. Where it's going to kind of feel like have that similar feel to
you know what?
Astro
A
Bot
Lego version
Horizon
of God of War would be awesome too.
Oh Lord.
Can you imagine?
Not the base game.
Can you imagine the humor they put into that? Like, come on.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I still think Lego God of War would be good too.
Yeah, Lego God of War.
I'm sure it'd be good.
Astrobot God of War. It's just,
but not God of War itself, right?
well, yeah.
Yep, there we go.
Jeez.
My God.
Look, you want me to play more of those PlayStation IPs? This is how you're going to get me in. I know I'm playing Lego Horizon Adventures 100%. That might end.
We can't cosify every single PlayStation.
Ron, I am so
It's
excited.
fun.
Ron, I'm so excited for Fulia to eventually be able to play Astro Bot Legend of Dragoon, where turn-based role-playing action featuring Astro Bot as all the different Legend of Dragoon characters.
And she'll probably play it. That'll be the only way to get it. Yeah.
She would play it.
Yeah.
That is true.
Oh my
Yep.
goodness.
That's just me. That's just what I like.
Yeah. Matt?
Whatever it takes. Well, the captain already put out the best crossover there is. Stellar Blade, Nier Automata. Let's go. Can't ask for any more than that.
I mean,
It's already coming out.
With that music from
Dreams
the
come true.
composer there, it was like, of course this was going to happen. Like,
I'm not
wait.
joking, Ryan. Like,
Matt,
that
hold on.
killed me.
What if there was a Xenosaga and Nier crossover? Just saying.
Ron, my mind can't handle that. That's too much.
what if
Too much
what if
for
2B
Xenobabes.
was one of the
Wow.
blades from Xenoblade Chronicles 2?
Ryan, I can't take this. Like, I'm going to explode soon. You guys, come on. This is too much. It's not happening. I mean, that'd be
Just saying.
amazing.
Just saying.
All right, put Herman. There you have it. Make it happen with Xenobabes and, Nier Automata, Stellar Blade. Do it all. Final Fantasy VII. Just mix them all up,
man.
please.
But not Final Fantasy
Make
8.
some calls, Herman.
Not Final Fantasy VIII, no. That
Not
doesn't
that
need a
one.
crossover
Sorry,
whatsoever.
Dave.
Although someone in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 wielding a gunblade would be pretty cool. But make
okay
it
for
lightning gunblade, not squalls, please. Last question of the night comes to us from Black Wyver, who says, "Good day, Fab4. Hope you all are having a great weekend and a long weekend to you, Fulia." Now, Black Wyver, just so you know, it's also a long weekend for me too. Maybe for Matt as well.
Oh.
But
might work
Monday's also
tomorrow,
a
friends.
holiday. Monday's an optional holiday here in Canada.
Our public holiday was on Friday. It was the eve of the grand final.
Oh,
That we
okay.
got. Yep, we had a public holiday on Friday. I still had to work it.
Very nice.
But it was the store was open Sunday time schedule, so it was 10 till 5 instead of it being like long trade.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting a new position at work this week, and I don't start till Tuesday because Monday's a holiday for me, so I'm not at work tomorrow.
Nice.
All right. Nice. Yeah.
Yay.
Anyways, back to Black Wyver's question. For the state of play, not considering the Go sequel, which would be the game that you'd buy day one? Non-state of play question, I beat Deliver Us Mars, the sequel to the fantastic game Deliver Us the Moon. I was pretty disappointed with the narrative around the protagonist. My question for you, which game have you played and beaten where you felt the game could have been a lot better if not for the protagonist? So if there was a really whiny protagonist or a protagonist that you don't really like, that kind of brings a game down, I think is what they're asking here. So first off, I think we talked about our state of play day ones, so we don't really need to get into that. But as far as this, I can already tell you, and Ron probably already knows this answer that's going to come from me. Tales from the Abyss. Because Tales from the Abyss, great game, but man, that main character is whiny, just so whiny about everything. And it's very annoying.
Yeah. I couldn't get through it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
He gets a lot better. He gets a
I
lot better
heard.
towards the end.
I heard.
But anytime you go and replay that game, you still have to do that beginning. And
Yeah.
that
I'll probably just wait for the
beginning 8 hours.
remaster at this point, and I'll try again. But yeah.
Even then, he'll still be whiny.
I couldn't get through it. It was so hard, but I'm gonna press through it this time.
You should, because it actually is a good game.
I heard. A lot
But
of
that's
people put it as
how
the
I feel
Tales
about
go.
it, because that game could be way better. Like it would be way higher on people's Tales of lists if it wasn't for that.
Yeah.
But what about y'all? Is there one that comes to mind?
Titus, Final Fantasy X.
Ha!
Yeah. The laugh,
boy.
the whining, the pouting, oh god, he was just, man, he was horrible. I didn't mind Final Fantasy X. It was okay, but it may have just been maybe better if he had just not been who he was. Oh goodness gracious, he was just bad.
Look, Ron, they were laughing in the face of death, okay?
Oh,
It was an important scene where they're all just on the hill doing, ha!
The Final Fantasy X fans always try to defend him, like, oh, this is the reason why he did it. It didn't stop it from being goofy.
No, it's terrible. It hurts my brain every time I see that scene.
That was so corny. Oh goodness.
Yeah. What about you, Matt?
I gotta look
Do you
that
have
up.
one that comes to mind?
I gotta look this up later. Is it that
No,
bad? The laugh?
please don't, Matt. Please
It's
don't.
bad.
Don't look it up? Oh,
It's
okay.
bad. We'll save it for the post show.
I'm very curious.
Wow.
The only yeah, Flea, go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
The only one I can think of is Billy from Resident Evil 0. He's such a Chad. I can't stand him.
Chad.
So if they're ever going to remake that game, rewrite him, his personality, We don't need that mullet. We don't need that cheesy tattoo. Like, just fix him. Otherwise, you know what? Make it a Rebecca Chambers game. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Might even be better. Get out of here, Billy.
I think it was a fine video game, Matt.
The game's good. The game's good. But Billy, not scoring any points in my books. Sorry.
Oh,
He is one of the worst protagonists in Resident Evil history. One of the worst.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that guy from Resident Evil 6, whose name who escapes me, the new person, he also kind of sucks too.
Is it Wesker's kid or
Yes.
Chris's partner?
Wesker's kid.
Chris's partner?
Chris's
Wesker's
partner's bad
kid?
too. Chris's
I was gonna
partner's
say.
bad too.
Chris's partner was really, really bad. Like, talk about whiny. Like, he was pretty atrocious. I forgot about him.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
They were both bad, but yeah, that game's not good. Felicia, what about you? Did you have one for this?
I really don't.
No?
To be honest, I really
okay.
don't have one specifically.
If you beat God of War, it's going to be Atreus.
But he's not really the main protagonist, though.
He's
That's
one of
thing.
the main protagonists, though.
It's,
Let's say he
it's
kinda
mostly
is.
Kratos. It's mostly Kratos.
Yeah, but he's also a
Sure
kid. You
dudes.
you forgive that a little bit more when it's a kid.
Koala
He's
sure
more
doesn't.
like he's more
I was
like
gonna
the
say.
supporting. He's more like the supporting character.
Koala
compared
doesn't
to-
care about him being a kid.
I'll say, Billy doesn't care that he's a kid. She still hates his guts.
I mean,
Doesn't
yeah,
matter.
Yeah, I mean, she bought the poor kid for crying over his mom's death. I mean, come on.
Oh my god.
Never gonna let you live that down.
Well, speaking of never going to live that down, we should say thank you to all of our patrons over at patreon.com/carpool gaming, starting with our ultimate producers, Jonathan Brown, the man behind the music on this podcast and the Xbox Drive. You can find all of his music over at Purple Monkey Entertainment at the linktree, linktr.ee/pme.jib. Cwagmire, who humbly reminds me that the best babes are in fact Xenobabes, and TechMike, who says, whether you're Kevesi or Agnian, you're a Xenobabe at heart. Shout out to all of our ultimate producers. And of course, links can always be found in the description of our podcast for them. So make sure to support them like they support us, because they're really awesome. Our platinum producers, Smokin Joe, Solo, the Captain, and Tim Paullin. And our gold members, Adam K, Anna, Awesome Dave 1337, BobLoblaw, Brian Moore, Brian Reese, Cecily Carrozza, Dan and Luma, Dannohh, Drellesh, Emily O'Kelly, Hoppel, Jan32, Kia Savoy, Ligerwoods 330, OldMrFrump, Patrice Mallette, Peje, Shane Erickson, TheDonRob, the newest gold member, I might add, the Jiggy Collector, and Toxic, who's also back. Shout out to all of our patrons over at patreon.com/carpoolgaming. If you want to hop in the car with us, head on over there, choose the tier that's right for you. And now, Ron Plugs go.
Savoy Prime everywhere. PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, backlogged, True Trophies, PSN profiles, and Savoy_Prime on Twitter.
Nice. Matt?
You can find me as Nagachaka on Twitter and Discord, and you will find me at Extra Life in person at Rome, New York, finding ways to avoid Pepsi Man.
But you will still find a way to play it, because I'm going to make this happen. All must suffer.
I will hunt
And-
you down
Oh,
and
must
pull you
suffer.
to
Don't
the
forget
couch.
Matt's IG account, Canadian Gun Show.
No, please don't look that up. I don't know what that is. Please.
Yeah, actually, we probably don't want to direct people there. Also, Matt, you could be worse. There are worse games that may not have with us at Extra Life, and I can always pick a worse game than Pepsi
Oh
Man.
boy. Oh boy.
Oh, save me.
Yeah. Fulia, how about you?
You can find me here on YouTube and on Twitch at Foolish Fuji, and also on X and Instagram at Foolish Fuji. But for all that and a whole lot more, you can head over to foolishfuji.card.co.
Card.co.
Card with 2 R's.
2 R's.
And it'll have all the info you need about me.
Nice. Well, as for me, first of all, you can find me over there at Extra Life in Rome, New York, in a month playing Pepsi Man
Yep.
with everyone here
Yep,
as
we
well.
are.
As
Yes,
well as
JB.
JB. JB says we're playing Pepsi Man.
JB's
So
super
time-
excited about it. I'm glad somebody is.
Oh,
Let's see if
God.
we can go. Y'all aren't even ready to see the rest of Pepsi Man, okay? Trust me, it's
Oh my
a trip.
goodness.
But of course, you can always find me also on Twitter at Ryan Turford. You can also find us on Twitter at Carpool Gaming, right here, youtube.com/Carpool Gaming, or twitch.tv/Carpool Gaming Live, because even though the month of September is going to be ending tomorrow with the final thing we got going on, which, by the way, we should have hopefully have an announcement for tomorrow, and it's really exciting. we will, of course, be streaming other stuff in the month of October as well over on Twitch. So make sure to head on over there and check us out there. And, of course, podcast services around the globe. So, for Fulia, Matt, and Ron, I'm Ryan. This has been the PlayStation Drive episode 169. Yes, it's the nicest episode, folks. We're out. Good night, everybody.
Adios, friends.
Hi, friends.
Thanks for checking out this week's episode of the PlayStation Drive. Now, before you drive off, please make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow us at Carpool Gaming on socials. Don't forget to check out our awesome merch on carpoolgaming.com, and you can also support the show on Patreon at patreon.com/carpoolgaming, where you'll unlock all kinds of exclusive